Kindly subscribe this channel for more educational content.
About the writer. Arundhati Roy, born November 24, 1961, is an Indian author, political activist, and public intellectual known for her powerful writing and outspoken views on social justice, environmental issues, and global politics. Literary career. 1. The God of Small Things, 1997. Her debut novel, a semi-autobiographical tale set in Kerala, won the Booker Prize in 1997. 2. The Ministry of Utmost Happiness, 2017. Her second novel, published 20 years later. Works include The Algebra of Infinite Justice, 2002, Field Notes on Democracy, 2009. Capitalism, A Ghost Story, 2014. My Seditious Heart, 2019, a collection of her political essays. Awards and Honors, Booker Prize, 1997. Sydney Peace Prize, 2004. Norman Mailer Prize for Distinguished Writing, 2011. About the novel, The God of Small Things, 1997, by Arundhati Roy is a Booker Prize-winning novel that blends political history, family saga, and personal trauma. It's celebrated for its lyrical prose, nonlinear narrative, and deep emotional resonance. Setting or structure. Place, Aymaname, a town in Kerala, India. Time, primarily 1969, with flash forwards to the 1990. Narrative style, nonlinear, stream of consciousness, with poetic prose and childlike perspective. Part 1. Adult Rahel returns to Aymaname after years in the US to see her twin brother, Stha, now mute and reclusive. The house and family are faded ghosts of their past selves. Their shared silence hides a history of trauma. Part 2. The Ayub family's background. The Ayubs are a formerly wealthy Syrian Christian family. Ammu, their mother, was married to an abusive man, divorced him, and returned to her family with her twins. Divorce brings shame. Ammu is treated as inferior even within her own home. Baby Kochama, their grandaunt, is bitter and controlling, having sacrificed her life for unrequited love and social respectability. Part 3. The arrival of Sophie Mo. Ammu's brother Chachko, a westernized Oxford graduate, brings his English daughter Sophie Mo and ex-wife Margaret to India after Margaret's new husband dies. The twins, Stha and Rahel, feel displaced and jealous of the attention Sophie receives. Part 4. The love affair. Ammu begins a secret, passionate relationship with Velutha, a lower caste, Dalit, untouchable, carpenter who is brilliant and kind. Their love is forbidden, not just due to caste, but also because Ammu is a woman asserting her sexuality and agency in a patriarchal world. Part 5. The tragedy. The children, feeling unloved, run away to the abandoned history house by the river, with Sophie Mole. Sophie drowns in the river, Stha blames himself. The family, especially baby Kochama, seizes on this moment to destroy Velutha. She manipulates Stha into falsely accusing him of kidnapping and rape. Velutha is arrested and brutally beaten by the police. He dies of his injuries. Part 6. Aftermath. Ammu is blamed and ostracized. She dies young and alone. Stha is returned to his father and separated from Rahel. Rahel drifts through life, eventually divorcing and living in the US. The twins reunite as adults but are deeply traumatized. They find solace in their bond. Analysis themes. 1. Caste and social hierarchy. Velutha's death is the starkest example of caste oppression. Roy critiques how rigid social systems dehumanize individuals and destroy lives. Even liberal characters like Chachko uphold caste superiority. 2. Love as transgressive. The novel asks, who is allowed to love? Ammu and Velutha's relationship is criminalized because of gender, caste, and class. Rahel and Stha's final reunion suggests love outside of societal norms, not incestuous in intent, but deeply intimate and healing. 3. Family and betrayal. The Ayub family is fractured by power, shame, and internalized societal norms. Baby Kochama's betrayal of Velutha is driven by fear of scandal and revenge. Stha's coerced testimony exemplifies how children become victims and tools in adult conflicts. 4. Colonialism and cultural identity. Characters like Chachko represent post-colonial confusion, idolizing the West, shunning Indian traditions. Sophie Mo symbolizes lingering colonial influence. Her death foreshadows the collapse of hybrid dreams. 5. Gender and patriarchy. Ammu's struggles reveal how patriarchal norms restrict female autonomy. Women like baby Kochama and Mammachi internalize and enforce these norms. 6. Memory and trauma. The fragmented narrative mimics trauma, events are revisited again and again, with fuller understanding each time. The novel explores how the past bleeds into the present, especially in cases of unresolved pain. Symbols: the river, site of death, beauty, and memory. It hides truths and reveals them over time. The history house, a symbol of colonial decay, secrecy, and hidden stories. Velutha, the god of small things, he represents beauty, kindness, and forbidden love. Sophie Moore's death, a turning point, her loss triggers the unraveling of the family. Narrative techniques, childlike language, repetition, invented words, and distorted syntax echo how children perceive the world. Nonlinear time, events unfold in fragments, enhancing suspense and emotional impact. Intertextuality, biblical, political, and literary references add richness and depth. Conclusion: The God of Small Things is not just a family tragedy, but a fierce critique of India's social, political, and cultural systems. Through lyrical prose and emotional complexity, Roy gives voice to the marginalized, the children, the poor, the women, and the untouchables, and mourns a world that punishes those who dare to love against the rules.
Viewer, kindly subscribe this channel. Share this video to your pioneers. Comment your feedback. Thank you for watching.